Hey everyone, in today's video I want to walk you through my workflow of how I design my mobile apps. Whether you're designing your first mobile application or you're at your 10th, I'm sure that you will find something useful here. I will show you the tools that I use, the places where I get inspired from, and practical design tips that help me to not only make the applications look better, but to also convert sales. Before jumping into the subject, don't forget about your coffee. Cheers! So first of all, the design matters much more than you think. Because when a user opens up your app for the first time, the very first impression isn't about what your app does. It's about how it feels and looks. So these small details that are making your app feel different, I mean the color palette or the font that you're using, are subconsciously judged by the user. And if they like what the color palette you're using or what font are using or how the application looks, they will continue to stay and follow the onboarding process and eventually convert into a sale. If your application doesn't look good and it also doesn't encourage the user to use it, he will eventually uninstall it and you will lose the sale. Before I even start designing, I do one crucial thing, and that is research. I want to see how other successful applications are solving similar problems, how they guide users, what UI patterns they are using, and how they are building trust through design. But here is the thing. I used to download competitors' applications and go through every screen and record them or even taking screenshots to see how they are onboarding their users or login flows and even the paywalls. For me, it was like a lucid nightmare that was never ending. Yeah, it was a mess until I found a solution. I'm talking about Mobbin, which is today's video sponsor. Mobbin has done all the hard work for you because it's like a huge library of screenshots in which you can explore every big competitor that you have. So, for example, you have the best designed applications here. Think about Notion, Spotify, Airbnb, and Calm, and so on. One thing I love about Mobbin is that it's very practical because you can easily search for the things that you want to see. For example, you can search for specific screens like a checkout screen or a paywall screen or a sorting screen. You can also sort by UI elements. For example, you have dialogues, buttons, text, and so on. And you can also use Mobbin to search for flows, and for onboarding flows, profile editing, filter and sorting flows, and so on. Another feature I really like is the flow tree. It gives you a super clear view of how screens are connected, so you don't have to click around trying to piece things together. It's a great way to quickly see how the app flows, especially for things like onboarding or navigation. And here is the key part. It's not about copying others' design, it's about understanding why this works. Mobbin helped me to catch that small UX decisions that led to smoother flows, higher engagement, and even better conversions. These little things are adding up, especially when you're building an application that needs to feel professional. If you're a designer or an indie app developer, trust me, Mobbin is a game changer for you. It helps me move faster, design smarter, and avoid decision fatigue. Also, I got a 20% discount code for you when you're purchasing a subscription for Mobbin. The link is in the description, and if you are interested in using Mobbin, make sure to use it. Big thanks to Mobbin for sponsoring today's video. Next up, let's move to the tool in which I build the wireframe and the final design. To design my UI, I use Figma and I have been using it for years now. First of all, it has a free generous plan. Unlike the Adobe suite that has big monthly fees or yearly fees, I prefer to spend $0 and design my applications for free. Secondly, if you have a team or you just want to share the design project with someone else, it's very easy to do that, because the collaborative features are very good and you can work with someone in the same time on the same project. The third thing is that you have a lot of plugins, and you can search for plugins to find mockups or icons, or I don't know, there are too many to enumerate them here. If you're not using Figma already, I highly recommend you to do that. It's powerful, intuitive, and it's beginner friendly. It's like a no-brainer, trust me. So take this also as a tip, because using animations in your application is very important because it makes your app feels more natural. For animations, I'm using Lottie. Lottie has a huge JSON-based animations that you can include in your Android or iOS applications. It's honestly amazing because instead of creating your own animations, you can just browse them on their website and just add it in your application. And one of the best things is that they have a smoother integration with both platforms because there are SDKs for every one of them. Alright, let's move to some design tips that help my applications to perform better. These are practical, real-world things that I apply in every application that I build. So, the first one is the long onboarding process. This may sound counterintuitive, but trust me, it's not. Even if your application is small and simple, you should still have a long onboarding flow. At least 3 to 4 screens, and maybe you are wondering why. Because onboarding is your chance to sell the value of your application before the user even interacts with it. Here is an example from an identifier application that I built. I walk the user through a couple of screens that explains that the core functionality of the application, ask a question to increase interaction, and I show up the paywall to convince the user to purchase a subscription for my application. I consider that this screen in which I'm asking the user a question makes him think that my application will make his life easier and it's worth the money. Moving forward to the second tip, and this is about the paywall. Paywalls are very important for your application, especially if you want to make sales. It is like your application's sales speech. It should have a compelling title, a clean feature list. If your application has a free trial, make sure that it's visible. Like I did on Foodie, my calorie tracker application, I have a 7 days free trial, but it's only for the yearly subscription. And it's like a toggle, and if you select the weekly plan, you don't have a free trial, only for the yearly. This is the template that I'm using for most of my applications, and it's inspired from Adam Lytle's paywall, and you will have a link in the description, and it's free so you don't have to pay for it. This paywall layout alone generated me over $700 across all of my applications. You can just fork the repository and use it as you wish. Moving on to the next tip, and this one will make your applications feel more premium, and I'm talking about haptic feedback. Anytime the user taps on a button or completes a small interaction in your application, make sure to give them that haptic feedback. It increases the tactile experience and it makes the user taps on more buttons, for example, because it's so satisfying to tap them. It feels like the application is alive and it responds to your gestures. It might seem small, but haptics will make the user enjoy interacting with your application's UI. Icons are another part underrated of your design system. So if you want a premium application, you won't choose any random icon pack like a cartoonish one. You will choose some premium icons to make your applications look better. Here is the last tip that I have for you, and even if your application looks great, if the store listing looks like crap, it won't convert any downloads. And if there are no downloads, it means no sales. When you're dealing with the store screenshots for your application, make sure to highlight the main keyword for your app. For example, for this identifier application, I'm making sure that the user understands what the app does. Also, make sure to don't overcomplicate your app store screenshots and make the user understand the purpose of the application and why they should download it. To wrap this up, designing applications is not just making them look pretty, it's about creating an experience. From research using Mobin to using Figma for design and so on, every part of the process is very important. In the end, you want to guide the user through a flow that feels intuitive, clean and valuable. And remember, you don't have to be a full-time designer to make great design decisions. Found this video helpful? Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks again to Mobin for sponsoring today's video, and don't forget about the 20% off discount code in the description. Until the next video, take care. Bye bye.